Okay, so we're going to review just briefly finding the slope of a line from a table. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're getting ready to figure out what would be the line of best fit for our scatter plot data. And while you're not going to be able to get a line through all of the points, you will be able to get a line through or close to most of the points, and you will need to calculate the slope of that line um, using 2 points. So real quick, I want to remind you that the rate of change is the same as the slope. And there's several ways that we can calculate slope. We can calculate rise over run, okay? You can calculate the change in y over the change in x, which is calculated as y2 minus y1 over x2, x2 minus x1, okay? And so just remember that when 0 is a result in the numerator, the slope is 0. But when 0 is a result in the denominator, in other words, the difference of the x's is 0, it's undefined. Okay, so again, if 0 is the difference of the y's, the slope is 0. But if 0 is the difference of the x's, your slope is undefined. All right, so always remember that you want to leave slope as a fraction, not a mixed number, because we're talking about rise over run. All right, so let's just begin. Now, you could plot this. It's going to form a line and you can figure slope, but we're not going to be doing linear data. It may have a linear path, but it's all of the data points aren't going to fall on the same line. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that the points that I highlight, 0, -2, and 8, 2, are points that the line of best fit is running through. And so remember, we're just going to calculate. So we're going to do the change in y. So -2 minus 2 and 0 minus 8. Okay, so -2 minus 2 is -4, and 0 minus 8 is -8. So we have -4 over -8. Therefore, my slope is m is 1/2. It's -4 over 8. -8 is a positive and 1/2. Okay, so now that you know that the slope is 1/2, when we get ready to figure out the slope of the line for best fit, we need to say, okay, so then where is it passing the y-axis? Now, you know that because the y-axis always has an x value of 0. So this point I used was actually the y-intercept. So if I were to write an equation of this line, it would be y equals 1/2 x minus 2. Okay? Now, as you go through the back side here, I want you to go ahead and click pause, and I want you to calculate the slopes, and you should be able to give me the y-intercept of all of these, really. Number 4 is going to be a little tricky, but let's see how much you remember. So go ahead and hit pause, and then you will be able to calculate the slopes and then check yours with mine.